think the important thing is that we actually don't know the answer to that. Meta is not sharing how they are being used, whether they're being used. The initial report from Plus 972 magazine discussed a design of a system where AI is used to generate targeting. They have verified with six whistleblowers from Unit 8200 that says that AI is being used to generate lists of targets that are supposedly militants, but their description of how the AI is used or of how the AI is designed implies that it is simply a system of plausible deniability to allow indiscriminate bombing that we have seen in Gaza. Meta's relationship to it is that the person who designed the system claimed that using WhatsApp would be very valuable, and that membership of WhatsApp groups is part of the inputs to the AI system, who you're in the same group as well as other information like whether you change your address frequently, whether you change your phone number frequently. So we don't have information on this, but we have claims about what's being used. And so the question for Meta is not, are you providing this information? The question for Meta is this information being used? Are WhatsApp users safe? Can you investigate and determine what changes need to be made to make WhatsApp safe? And Meta simply refused. They simply demurred and said, "Oh, we don't know anything about this." And what they should have done when, if it is alleged that your software is getting your users killed, right? That is the strongest possible allegation of unethical product design and behavior. That should have been a code red for Meta. From top to bottom, they should have done a complete audit of everyone involved, every system, every human, every process, every vulnerability to say, what do we need to do to make WhatsApp safe so that we can say to our users, WhatsApp is not going to get you killed. And they didn't do that. Lavender is a system that let them pretend to their partners in the West that they were acting under some sort of rules and internal systems. Now, I don't believe that they are even pretending anymore. They have ignored the ICJ. They've ignored or tried to downplay the ICC, and they've said that they're not responding to that. They have given up any pretense that they are operating in any sort of rules-based order, that they're paying attention to international law. So to me, Lavender was part of them pretending to do that. And I think Lavender, in that sense, since they've given up that pretense, I'm not sure that it has any value to them anymore. So I don't know if they're using it. No one really knows if they're using it. No one knows what's going on inside the IDF. We see the same technologies coming out. So I would expect that the typical mechanism that this takes is that someone builds something in the IDF and then they start a company several years later, and then that there's a public-private partnership in Israel where Israel invests in it and it's connected to Silicon Valley and Silicon Valley invests in it. And then, these are the battle-tested systems. My expectation is that we will see exactly this. We will see an equivalent of Lavender being sold by a private company. There's a lot of autocrats who would find value to that. There's a lot of dictatorships and militaries who would find a lot of value in having an AI system that they can pretend that does it, and we see these in a lot of systems in even in the US. The criminal justice system has started using AI to do sentencing recommendations. So that's very much the same thing. So Meta is the world's #1 surveillance technology. It knows who you are, who you're connected to, what you like, where you go. All of this information is given to advertisers, and it has long been known that it is used by law enforcement, that it's used by private investigators, that it's used by stalkers. We have, by using Meta's systems, by using Instagram, by using WhatsApp, we have given up our privacy to Meta. So we don't know if Meta gets it, or if the IDF gets it directly from Meta. Those are going to have to be dismantled. And it's unclear to me whether that needs to be dismantled by dismantling Meta itself. There have been discussions, especially in the EU, of separating WhatsApp from Instagram from the rest of Meta. That would be a wonderful step forward. Because power is far too concentrated, this information is far too concentrated, and there are really no safeguards over this information except the very limited safeguards that Meta puts in place, but it puts them in place, basically everyone agrees that it puts them in place so that it can continue its information extraction. So there's a need for campaigners, for politicians to look at this and say, how did we let it get this far? This is unacceptable. We can't have a situation where people are being killed on the basis of some information that some company collects and then distributes through completely unregulated systems that eventually make their way to people committing a genocide.